Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to a new video, and in this video a special album review on something that I just discovered this past Friday just before rolling my new releases video. If you saw it, I mentioned this album, the next album that I'm gonna cover here in this video, and this time I'm talking about some let's say epic black metal coupled with progressive elements. Blood of Indigo is a band from Toronto in Canada, and they just released this 26th of August their debut album called Dawn of the Shaded World. Let me talk to you about this piece because it's just a pure wonder. Well, it's actually, if you're a fan of symphonic metal, but also a fan of black metal and epicness all over the place, this album is made for you guys because they claim themselves that they have been influenced a lot by bands such as Dimmu Borgir, that's more with regards to the vocals, of course, Nightwish, you know, for the symphonic aspect of their music, and also Dream Theater for the progressiveness, of their instruments. So you mix all these kind of bands and you get the result of their music, of Blood of Indigo, and yeah, it's just phenomenal how the three kind of music here combine perfectly together, really to the perfection, because you bring the symphony of Nightwish, you bring the vocals of Dimmu Borgir, and you bring the progressive side of the instruments such as Dream Theater. You mix it up and you get Blood of Indigo. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's epic, you know, epicness is really to the paroxysm, and as you see on the vignette of my video, it's really the words that really come to my mind, you know, it's really epic. And well, let's get more into detail about this album. Dawn of the Shaded World is a masterpiece of 70 minutes. I say 70, really 70 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes if you will, and it's composed of 10 tracks. And the particularity of this album is that when you play start for the first time, you get to this classical music, you know, very symphonic, really totally instrumental, no vocals. And the first track I'm talking about is long to 14 minutes. This is the first track called Mimesis, and it's really like, you know, you can feel like it's like it could be compared like the Big Bang, you know, something really the first thing that's happening, you know, and the whole adventure will come just after this Big Bang, you know, and you know that epicness is there all along, you know, and you know that something bigger is coming when you play start. You know, you have this instrumental track of 40 minutes, it's quite long, but you really go like in space, you know, and you're waiting for events, you know, to occur, and believe me, some events will occur in the next 9 tracks. And talking about the next 9 tracks, we're talking about some, some standard, durations. You know, it's like 4 minutes, 3 minutes, so it's shorter tracks, but you also have tracks like 6, 8 minutes, and the closing track, Dawn of the Shaded World, the title track of the album, closes up the album with a 10-minute track, Dawn of the Shaded World. And what's happening in those tracks, you know, it's really a combination of symphonic stuff, you know, very instrumental, you know. We could compare it to so these black metal artists, you know, that combine really symphonic and the classical music, you know, and we could compare that, you know, but also especially with the vocals, you know, the guy, the guttural voice, you know, the guttural chants of the guy, the growls of the guys are really perfect as well. It reminds really sometimes Dimmu Borgir indeed, but more especially on certain tracks, it reminds me a lot of Cradle of Filth in their most symphonic and epic tracks, you know. Sometimes it's really the black vocals, you know, really high tone, you know, that makes really think of Mr. Filth himself, you know. And I think they got an inspiration of Cradle of Filth as well, because the guy, the singer of the album, was recommended by a former singer of Cradle of Filth to really work in this industry as a vocalist. And what a nice recommendation. Look at where he is now, because I'm sure that this band, Blood of Indigo, it's their first album, but believe me, it won't be their last, because they are really so talented. You know, the instrumentation, you know, the vocals, everything is perfect. And you know, you can have this moment, you know, in each track where you will have some epicness, instrumental, symphonic, blah blah blah, and one second to another it just crushes, you know. It comes with some black voice, you know, black metal voice, really harsh, you know, really nervous. And then it stops again to a symphonic passage, you know. It's really like, you know, roller coasters all the time, you know. And during these 17 minutes, it will be a journey that you will encounter really listening to this album. So I couldn't not make a video about this album, because I really insist that you have to discover this album, whether you like black metal, whether you like symphonic metal, whether you like you know, some the combination of a lot of elements, you know, progressiveness like Dream Theater, you know, with regards to the instruments, and yeah, it's a lot of things all mixed together, but really the job is very well done, believe me. So if you are not convinced yet, just check a little bit, you know, the complete versions of the clips that I introduced in my video here. Check them on YouTube, you know, from start to finish, you know, and discover this album, and believe me, you won't be disappointed. If you are disappointed, well, I just believe that it's just a matter of taste, but to me, this album is just amazing, and I'm still at this time working on my August best of video, you know, of August, and I'm wondering if this one won't be my number one. I have another number one for the time being, but the more I listen to this one, the more I find it rich, and the more I'm thinking maybe it will take the first spot of the best albums of August. Well, we'll see that on the next episode during the video dedicated to the best albums of August that is coming by the end of this week. So this was my review of Blood of Indigo, which I give a big fat 4.9 out of 5. Yes, I'm giving notes now on 5 and not on 10 anymore. So this is nearly perfection, you know, to me. And yeah, so now it's your time to roll this album and to leave me in the comments down below what you think about this album. And in the meantime, I wish you a nice weekend, a nice day, a nice evening, a nice night, whatever. And I will see you very soon on the next video. Ciao, guys.